I wouldn't imagine this next artist to be known that well, which he should be known more. It's called Billy D and the Hoodoos. His American band, but again, the bluesy bass stuff. And this song is called Somewhere in the Middle of the Blues. Listen to this. It's groovy. And
I'm not gonna tell you
smooth.
you treated me unkind. I just learned the hard way. Love so hard to find. I'm not gonna tell you how I came undone. Seemed to me you took my
Now, it's probably hard for me to explain why I like these songs, but to me, they just sound good. They've got everything. And the best way to let you hear them is listen to Somewhere in the Middle of the Blues. Now, the thing about Somewhere in the Middle of the Blues is me and my brother actually have this funny thing going on as well, because once we listen to this song and we love it, my brother will always say to me, if we hear a great song, or I let him hear something new, or if I, even with the Deep Strikes, let him hear like a new idea or something that sounds good, no matter what it is in life, he'll always say to me, Somewhere in the Middle of the Blues.
Somewhere in the middle of the blues.
And the funny thing about it is that it's like that wee acknowledgement of greatness that we have between us, and all based on this song. Billy D and the Hoodoos, Somewhere in the Middle of the Blues. Now, he's got other songs, not a massive backlog of songs, but he does have another great song called Something's Wrong, and that was one that stood out to me. It was between them two. Check them out. There's some videos on YouTube too, and you sort of just see the presence. It's a bit eerie, some of his videos. I don't know if that's the right thing to say. Eerie because it's black and white and it's like sort of like really stern, but great musicians and like a good vibe and good fun. Probably, I imagine you get to know the guys, so yeah, good stuff there. Still going. Dun 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 dun. Bam bam ba da bam bam. Bam bam ba da bam bam bam. Great drumming there too, actually, in that song. All of it. So Billy D and the Hoodoos, check them out. Okay, this one on the list is called Kick Out of It by The Raids. Now, The Raids is a Barry Goldberg, Stephen Stills and Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and they're like a super group. So Kenny Wayne Shepherd featured again, so there you go. I've cheated again, but I haven't. The Raids, I know where they've probably played at in the past, maybe. I don't know if it came to Europe. If they have, it's been before I became a fan, or discovered them more or less, but Kenny Wayne Shepherd's guitar playing. And I did watch a documentary or a clip of them saying about, was it the second album, Pierce Darrow, I think, but they recorded back in like the 70s or something like that, so like they used all the same equipment and all that and the techniques of recording, but like there's Kenny Wayne there. I guess Stephen still sings on this track. Kenny Wayne Shepherd does sing on some of the tracks, but like their both albums are really, 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 really good albums, and like that's easy listening. Good. You just put that on, no matter what you're doing, driving the car, chilling out in the sun. It just flows nicely, but again, talent. So The Raids, I picked Kick Out of It. Again, probably there's a handful of songs that are like stand out above the others, but like, again, this, if someone says to me, what Raid song do you want me to listen to, probably Kick Out of It, because it just again covers a lot of what they sound like. Some of it sounds different, and for all the right reasons as well, like maybe more bluesy or slow, but this is just the general vibe, so that the ride kick out of it. Check it out. This is probably my modern day favourite band. They've taken over from Leonard Skinner, and a lot of people would have said they're like the new Leonard Skinner, which they're not. But Blackberry Smoke, I'm even wearing the t-shirt, anybody see? It's from their last tour over here, but well, it was in England, I think. I had to go to see. No, it was here. Cannot remember, because every time Blackberry Smoke come, I go to see them. And not only do I go to see them in Ireland, I go to England if I have to. I've even seen them in Barcelona before, and I will consider going to see them in Europe down the line if I have to. But yeah, this song's called Shake Your Magnolia. So it's like they're someone described them one time as too rock for country, too country for rock, which you can see why they said that, but they're more like southern rock. But if you go and see them live, they're like no country. It's all like southern rock, like real party environment, like no good vibes. But they've evolved. This is from their first album or second album. It's from the album A Little Piece of Dixie. This is like the original Blackberry Smoke sound. Now when I did start following them, it was like they had their album called The Whippoorwill, which is probably their breakthrough album, which got them noticed more so. But like, I think I've been a fan now for, I'm not too sure, I would say it has to be, I can't remember, it's been a while, but they have evolved and their music has changed slightly. They've added new things to some of their more recent albums, like percussion and a new guitar player to focus mainly on slide, and it's all enhanced experience. Like as a Blackberry Smoke fan from back in the day when none of all that was the case, like probably truthfully whenever new members joined the band, it was a wee bit like, oh, what's going on here? But when you go and see them live and hear the music, you actually get to see why they do it. It gives a lot more freedom to Charlie, who's the front man, and it also bulks up their sound. But look, that old sound I love probably more than anything, and I love the new one too, but I picked Shake Your Magnolia. It was really, really hard for me to pick a song for Blackberry Smoke, but that's what it boiled down to, Shake Your Magnolia. I think it's like just really that party. If you want to hear, like Blackberry Smoke is also a community of people. They're fans. Like I know from my experience that I have met a lot of friends through this band, and we'll get like organise meetups before. I know this happens all over the world where they play, but the fans will organise like meetup places where like people meet up and mingle before the gig and after it, and I have done that, and yeah, it's really good, and it's just great experience. They're a great band. I love them. If anyone says anything bad about them, it's not going to sit well with me. But if you want to see talent again, like Charlie Starr, frontman, like stands out. Like all the guys are great. Unfortunately, we lost Britt Turner, founder member, and the drummer of the band. It's a couple of years ago now, and like I've rubbed shoulders with Britt, spoke to him. Funny story is, actually stood beside him in the toilet one time. We didn't urinate into the same urinal, but we were next to each other and like talking. And that particular night, I had done a meet and greet, and he did say to me after the meet and greet where they were going, and he says, "Do you want to come?" And like I did. So drank Guinness down in Dublin with the keyboard player. I know Charlie and Paul Jackson, and all of them. Richard Turner is the bass player. He's always out and about. If you're at the gigs, out to meet the people, and like they're a very approachable band. Like, it says a lot for the people who they are. They're very humble. They're not bouncing and sort of like mad. They're very grounded and approachable, but quiet fellas as well. And like they set the tone for me as probably a musician of how I'd like to. I don't want to like not be myself, but like there's nothing not to like about these guys. And if you want to be a personality, or sort of like, they set a good standard. And yeah, so Blackberry Smoke, check them out. I think we're coming close to the end of the list. Like, I didn't, again, this is no particular order. Again, it's been a story. For the listening experience, I've probably put things together more in like genre fitting of like songs as we've talked about before, sounding like songs that's been played before it or after it. But we've sort of went like from the heavy guitar solos right into the more easier listening, and then we went to the blues stuff, and then now we're sort of coming back to like the middle of the road. So we'll see what's next. Yeah, next is Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real. Listen to this for a groove. Again, I struggle to pick a song from these guys because they're all good.
Speak the truth when the water gets high.
See that start?
When your friends all falter.
Dun, 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 dun. Like that gets me every time. But
Have courage, stand
the ground and speak the truth. So have courage, stand your ground and speak the truth. That stands out to me again, a good message, and it's something we should all abide by. Stand by our beliefs. But Lucas Nelson is the son of Willie Nelson's. So you can check him out. He'll be easy enough to find when you know that. But Promise of the Real is the band that plays along with him. Now these guys are taking a break at the moment when I'm doing this video, and hopefully they do get back. But just 2 years ago, I went to see them in Dublin and Belfast, like 2 nights in a row, and Dublin was a lot more intimate. It was like a small venue, but like there was times that the band actually went off and Lucas come out on his own and done maybe like an acoustic thing, and just, you could hear the pin drop. He done another song called Smile on the piano, and like you could have heard a pin drop. And if that song wasn't one of your favourite Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real songs before, it was after you got to witness that. And it was one I listened a lot to, Smile. It's a slow one, but all of his songs are good. A great talented guy. That's Lucas Nelson and Promise of It. Like, what's the other song? His famous one that probably people want to hear the most is I hope you find yourself before I find somebody else to be my love. Like the message in the songwriting for Lucas Nelson is brilliant. There's another one that he does is called flies. I live in an area where there's a pile of like these small flies, and they're just everywhere. Getting back to it, there's another song he does. It's got a message. It really hits home. It's the song's called "Leave Him Behind," and the lyrics goes, "If you really love yourself, you gotta leave him behind." And I don't know what the meaning is. I'm gathering it's like, you know, if you're in a relationship, you know, if it's the best thing for you to do to move forward for your own personal development is to leave that person or thing behind. It's like that's what you do, and like it's all in that song, and it's a lot of it's deep, and probably he's writing from personal experience, but a great songwriter, and definitely check out Lucas Nelson and Promise of the Real. But Speak the Truth is the song that I've picked, but there's a lot more to explore out there, and let me know again if any songs that stands out to you if you do listen to Lucas Nelson. Okay. Next on the list is, we've sort of gone from one extreme to another. I didn't know where to add this or not because it's going completely off the script, but it's Iron Maiden. And any young rock fan growing up has probably listened to Iron Maiden at some point of their lives. I chose Wasted Years. From the coast to gold. That first note just always stands out to me again. Wasted Years is, again, it's an easy song to point people to. If you want to say, listen to an Iron Maiden song without going too heavy, too dark, too anything. So like the vibe of Iron Maiden is this song. And it's got galloping sort of sound too, I like. And Bruce Dickinson is an awesome singer, like, and a performer actually. I've seen Iron Maiden 2 or 3 times as well, and one time I actually got to the front row. That was a hairy enough experience. There was a lot of bodies and a lot of sweat and a lot of blood. Because there were people elbowing it, like, it wasn't a mosh pit, but it was just like the sway of the crowd. But look, I got to experience that, and I'm glad I did. And I did come out that night with no t-shirt on. I could try to throw mine up at out the stage, back in the day, but it was an experience. Thankfully, someone on the bus that I went on had bought a t-shirt, and they let me wear it on the way home to keep warm, because when you came out of it, it was like freezing outside. But yeah, Iron Maiden, like, again, so many songs. They've got the audience chanting along, like Hallowed Be Thy Name, the whoa. Like, I think my first real time encountering Iron Maiden was actually the Rock in Rio DVD. My parents bought it for me one Christmas, and again, there was no history of Iron Maiden in the family or me ever talking about Iron Maiden, but it was bought, and it was a scary enough look like cover, because it was like, if I remember, it's like smoke, but with, like, the Eddie's face coming out of this movie, like a demon or something. Like, surprised my parents bought me that. But watching that, it's like the concert, but again, it shows clips of, like, talking to, like, some of the audience out in the streets before. So it was like in Rio in Brazil, and I remember there's one particular part. This just explains their fan base. There was one, they stopped a guy, and the guy says, I know someone who quit their job to be here today. And that's what you need to do to love and experience music that you love. I do the exact same thing. And if there's Iron Maiden comes to your city or whoever it is, and like someone your work tells you can't go, quit your job and go, because life's too short and you have to experience these things. And that just says a lot for, like, their fan base, and like, I'd imagine that's the case for a lot of bands, I would think. But like, Iron Maiden's fans are hardcore, and Wasted Years is the song I picked. Enjoy it. I mean, but if you like Iron Maiden, everyone has their own favourite song. There's so much. There's a long line, and again, I picked this one just because it was like sort of that middle of the road. It's easy listen to, it's your go-to song, but again, it's a great song as well. And Iron Maiden's a great band, so I had to add them to the list. Yeah, I think we're approaching the end. It could be the last one next. Yeah, it is, right? So this is Mississippi Sheiks, Sitting on Top of the World. Now, I've picked this song because Sitting on Top of the World, with me being a lover of the blues and all the old blues artists, Sitting on Top of the World is a song that you'll hear a lot of blues musicians covering at some point in their career. This is the original. From my research, it's the original, so someone might know different, but I hadn't listened to this original before I done this playlist, so technically this song by Mississippi Sheiks shouldn't be here, but the reason I've put the original in is because every version of this song that I ever listened to by anyone I love, and it's only right that the original artist gets the shout out. You can feel the emotion, and it tells stories, and this style of music is probably, again, deep down, could pip southern rock to the post. I'm a blues man. And again, I wanted to finish this playlist with this song. We started off with Free. If you've got a bit of love to give it, because you're going to get it back. That was the message. And Sitting on Top of the World is the message at the end of this video, because I am sitting on top of the world with the Deep Strikes, and I'm looking forward to the journey ahead. I hope you found this video interesting. It's pretty raw, off the cuff. We're covered with flies, children playing outside, helicopters flying by. It's pandemonium. I've had visitors back and forward in the middle of doing this, so I've had to stop. But look, that's life, and life's all about enjoying the moments and sitting on top of the world. Peace out. I'm off to enjoy the rest of this beautiful evening.